Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got the super producer Joel Holt in the building as well. We got a lot to get into on this Friday, man. Bears offense gets some good news, and defensively, things are okay as well. Got to go through the injury report and look at so a lot of fulls with all the questions we had today on offense. Also, got to preview this Chicago Bears versus Rams matchup. And then finally, listen, the Friday free-for-all, where we get to talk about whatever we want. We got a nice little debate for the Friday free-for-all. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. Trying to say it ain't the perfect album. Trying to say it's not the perfect album.
No. I didn't say it wasn't perfect. I just
said you said some of them songs ain't bangers.
I didn't say it. Well, yes, that is very true.
I don't agree with it. We'll talk about all that and more. We'll talk about all that and more
this guy
on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Jay Holt, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? Super producer Joel Holt back in the building.
You, man. I've just been busy, man. You know, I'm trying to get stuff
You always
done.
got a bathroom to remodel.
I'm almost
This is
done.
the king of bathroom remodels. He's always got one to do.
No,
it's just his. Somebody else is just a random lady up the street. And like, you got a bathroom? I got you.
You know what's funny? What is so funny? I'm talking to my mom, and I was sitting there talking about how like I want to do some stuff, and I was telling like Pat, like, no, I'm done. I'm done doing some stuff. And I was like, as I'm talking to my mother, I'm like, I do want to do grandma's bathroom again.
Told you.
That goddamn
you
Pat.
will always find a bathroom, dog. No matter what.
I want to hook my grandma up,
I'm not saying you did the wrong. I'm just saying you will always find somebody's bathroom to remodel. So if you need one done,
it's not that.
Call up the super producer Joel Holt's bathroom remodeling
I'm
agency.
just trying to get finished with this marathon.
If you want beats and toilets, he's got it all for you.
No, it's beats and bathrooms.
Beats and bathrooms, dog. Whatever you need, man.
No. I've been trying to just finish this last. If people know me, I've been on the marathon for the last few years. I'm at the end. So I've been busy. Even one of my guys saw me on the show was like, you look like you was tired. Like, I am. My energy was low because I just been busy, man. But what's dope is I get to talk about the Bears. I get to be with my guy.
Hey,
we're in the studio. We're hanging out, having a good time. And even shout out to all the other guys, Paris, JC, Calvin, and also our boy Ringo. He's been
prayers
down.
up to Ringo. Ringo's still been down.
Ringo. Ringo's been sick, so we love you,
He'll
man.
Be back,
you know, we come back, bro. But you know, good things ahead.
We will avenge you if you don't. We will avenge you.
Yeah. So no, it's good. It's Friday. We got the Bears coming up on Sunday, and it looks like it's not going to rain. Or a very small chance of rain.
I saw no rain pretty much, and like after you said that, I feel like the weather changed immediately. But no, man, let's talk a little bit of Bears, because the Chicago Bears today did get some really good news, especially on the injury report. I mean, getting a clean bill of health after what we saw the other day is a little bit surprising, shall we say. But let's start with the offensive line here. Offensive line right now. Darnell Wright is good to go. Braxton Jones good to go. Nate Davis, take that for what it will, is good to go. Matt Pryor is still expected to get that spot at right guard. We can officially say, and this also could go into the good news as well, when we heard this from Matt Eberflus today, I mean, we can officially call this a benching. You know what I mean? Like we can officially call this Nate Davis move a bench.
That's fine. I don't care. Give me the best guys out there that can block my quarterback. I don't care. So that means, hey, Ryan Poles, as much as he's getting beat up for the line that he's put out there, at least what he can do is get to a point where it's like, you know what, I can right a wrong, or I can make a change, or it's not necessarily him, it's the coaching staff saying, shout out to them.
Yeah.
And shout out to Eberflus. Look, I know you paid this guy all this money. He can't do what he needs to do. We're going to put somebody in there. We have to win. We cannot sacrifice this dude getting killed if this guy's not, if he's the weakest link on our team.
No, 100%. And that's what, you know what, I said this to Tommy Waddle today on the show, and it feels like there is a difference that we've gotten to a point where it feels like Matt Eberflus is actually becoming a head coach. It feels like Flus is making head coach decisions like, hey, this is not the decision that we wanted to make in this moment, but it's well timed. But this is not the decision we wanted to make in this moment, but we don't have a choice.
But
we have to make this decision. Even with when we're talking about the offensive line, right? But even hearing about Roschon Johnson becoming the lead back, we know that's not a decision that Shane Waldron wants to make. We know that's not a decision that Ryan Poles wants to see made. That's a decision that Matt Eberflus is doing. And I listen, I got my beefs with how things have been run and all of that, but I got to give him credit when credit is due.
I mean, I could say this. I think the difference is because the Chicago Bears in Chicago are under one of the biggest microscopes that you can ever have, right? Because they're paying them all this money.
Yeah.
And so there's really hardly any patience because it's a results-driven industry. We don't have time to sit here and watch you learn on the job. But the problem is we're also stuck with like you don't have time to learn on the job.
Yeah.
And so now, as this guy's starting to grow, even Poles, Poles is still a first-time GM. Eberflus is a first-time head coach.
Right.
And now you bring in a new offensive head coordinator who technically he's been around, but he's now getting used to a new staff, new team, new players. So with a rookie head coach. But as Bears fans, our frustration is watching over time and time again. And then sometimes people do a very bad job of lumping them in with the other people who was still learning on the job back then. So it's like you don't get a lot of grace for that. Shout out to Eberflus. I'm not gonna lie, I was with everybody else. I would have rather moved on from him. I would have never hired him because I don't want another rookie head coach.
Right.
But if he's shining, and by all means, if we can make
get
this
to the
happen,
point where he's shining.
Well, I think the thing is, but I think we're locked in regardless. It doesn't matter. Like they're not going to get rid of him just to start all over again and give Caleb another
if he loses, you probably are.
Yeah, but I don't.
If he has a season like last year, you're probably moving on.
I don't know. They might spin it.
I doubt it because at that point it's 3 years of the same story and you change nothing.
Or Shane Waldron becomes your new head coach because we don't need to start another offensive system again. That's the thing.
I don't know if I like that either.
But that's what I said. I said when we first got here, he's going to be your next head coach if Eberflus is gone because I don't want to go through another offensive system again.
I mean, I'm with you. I agree with you, but I thought that's why you move on when you get the new quarterback. You get everything in here new. There were some options out there. I mean, listen, there was a bunch of options out there offensively that you could have gone with, but I think here's the thing. Heading into this week, the fact that you do have an offensive line that is a full go.
Yeah.
The fact that you have some consistency there, which I think will help you. And that's all you can hope for at this offensive line at this point. Some help. Help me, please.
I would say this, though. This is week 4.
Yeah.
To me, technically, this is the game that tells you.
This is must win for you.
This is what tells you anything you need to know about coaching, this quarterback, because now you've had 4 weeks of tape. You've had 4 weeks of real life football, of real life speed of the game. This game, and we're at home, the Boo Birds will be out the minute that this game does not go well. This is going to tell you everything you need to know. Like, I can understand week 1, which was still bad.
Yeah. They
eked out a win. The defense was always ahead of the offense. This game is where I've been saying it takes a while for the offense, at least about 4 to 5 weeks, really. But this game, we should see. If we don't see what Caleb started to do in the fourth quarter, in the first quarter, it's going to be some upset Bears fans.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And it's going to be because it doesn't feel like you're utilizing Caleb Williams the right way. It's going to be because it doesn't feel like that you're putting Caleb Williams in good positions to go out there and be successful.
Right.
Versus some of the other things that have happened, right? The offensive line struggles, the coaching, the offensive line coaching struggles, the run game struggles. Like, I think that there's a bunch of things that you can look at that have all been problems. But I agree with you. If you go into this game and you come out of it looking mediocre, or you look
still mediocre.
No, I'll say this: you have to go into this game, and the offense has to have an impact that feels like it wins.
Right.
Not that they're the only reason you win, but there has to be something where we walk away and go, there's 14 points from the offense that absolutely contributed to the Chicago Bears win. Maybe there's a pick six in there or a turnover that puts you in a great position that leads to a field goal. But there has to be something offensively that makes it feel like your offense helped you get a win in this, and you haven't had that. Yeah. In fact, it's only felt like your offense has provided you losses throughout these first 3 games. So I think that does play a part in it. But at the end of the day, like I said, the offensive line having that continuity, I think that makes things easier, especially with the addition and hearing from, Courtney Cronin yesterday on the Chicago Bears podcast. And of course, hearing from, shout out Courtney. And of course, hearing from Jeremy Fowler that, the expectation is that Roschon Johnson will be your lead back this coming Sunday. That consistency just makes things simpler for him. He's been behind that line. He's seen what it looks like. He's seen how to operate behind that line. I think that it just makes things a little bit easier for everybody heading into a week 2 that you absolutely need to have some kind of continuity.
Yeah, well, he's also just a tougher, a road grader kind of guy. I'm fine that we have Swift. Of course, I want to Saquon, but I'm fine that Swift is – I'd rather see him more as a receiver running back. I've been saying that the whole time when we signed him.
Yeah.
I never thought he was an in-between tackles, every down, bell cow type of running back. By the way, we didn't shout out the Breeze Nation. 2, we got over 100 in the chat.
Over 100 in the chat!
Let's see. Mark Krupansky. That's a new name. He said, my problem with the Bears lately is that it's always been a debate between player schemes and coaching, etc. Don't you think it's a problem that the problem isn't clear?
I think it's all the problem.
It's the gumbo.
I think it's all the problem. And look at that fourth down or that goal line drive.
Yeah.
Right. First play is a wildcat run. I don't have a problem with the wildcat run. Khalil Herbert gets 3 yards, puts you at the 1. In my mind, put Roschon Johnson out there, maybe he gets 4. Yeah. That's all I say about the wildcat run. But I don't have a problem with the wildcat run. Second down is a poorly called play. Mm-hmm. Your second down play. No, I'm sorry. Second down is player execution. You tried to run an outside zone run with Khalil Herbert down there. Yeah. Darnell Wright falls over. And the DB basically, or the defensive end basically just steps around him and immediately engulfs Khalil Herbert on the run, right? Yeah. Player execution problem. Third down, you run a play where it's supposed to be Khalil Herbert up the gut to get into the end zone. Mm-hmm. DeAndre Carter gets thrown into Khalil Herbert and basically kills his own man because he's got a 100-pound difference between the guy that he's supposed to be trying to block out there. So he gets thrown into him, knocks him over, and gets laid out. And that's a play calling execution issue.
You jerk. Did you already have Roschon on your team?
Yes, I did.
I'm like, oh, duh, fantasy purposes.
Yeah, for fantasy purposes. As a fantasy owner, I immediately dropped DeAndre Swift and brought in Roschon.
Oh, God. Let me check these other leagues. Shoot.
But no, and then but then you get to the fourth down play, and it's both.
Yeah.
You got a speed option to the outside, and then you got 4 offensive linemen falling down. So I think it's all a problem. I don't think that there is one problem.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where the Bears are right now. On fourth down, I can pinpoint execution, play calling, and say that every bit of it is a problem in important moments and not feel like I'm speaking out the side of my neck on it.
But I think, too, it's like you're trying to get a rhythm. The issue is establishing a rhythm, and the Bears, I mean, technically this has usually been a problem for a long time. You get 1 or 2 good plays, then the offensive line does something stupid, or it's a holding pattern. It's an offsides. It's like you can't get a rhythm, or you get a bailout for a pass interference call, and now you're here, but then the offensive line puts you back, or then it turns into a bad play call. Then you're in 3rd and 13. Like, there's been plenty of situations where if you could just establish a rhythm of play calling and the line is right, the play calling is right. It's the right situational stuff. So it's like, can we get that kind of stuff figured out? Minus a quarterback that's a rookie, so there might be, oh, my bad. I thought you meant go left instead of go right. So it's like you have all of those little nuances that happen. And so, like, for us Bear fans, we do need to have a little bit of patience, but there's also, like, there is accountability where the offensive line got to be right. Stop doing that. At least get to a point where I'd rather mitigate it to it's the rookie quarterback, not the offensive line, not the play call.
Right.
It's like, my bad on this one call as I'm processing what I got to do. And so it's like a 3-pronged problem that we got.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what it comes down to. But like I said, I do think consistency will help this line out a little bit. I think that having Roschon in there will also help this line out a little bit because all you can do is go forward.
Yeah.
Roschon is not an outside zone runner. Roschon is a power runner. Roschon is a Yeah, he's up the middle. He's 225 pounds, 6 foot tall. Let him do what he does.
Yeah.
Let him bust through the middle and punch this defense in the mouth. A defense
Punch him
that
in the mouth.
the interior is not nearly as good as the exterior on this team. And it's just a young defensive line. And the first time you're going to face an odd man front.
Well, there's an old joke. It was like, man, your breath stinks so bad, I want to put toothpaste on my fist and bust you in the mouth. That was funny. All right. 200 in the chat, by the way.
Oh, but 200 in the chat. 200. Appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love, man.
Where's everybody at, man? Who's number 1 in the chat, by the way?
I gotta scroll.
Shout out to V-Dog. V-Dog, I see you in there.
Chadwick
Matsdorf.
Matsdorf in
Wow.
this mug. Said,
Yeah.
Threw a P on the little I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that.
Don Burr in the building. What's up? Numbers or Num AZ in the building. Keenan Allen can't block. Not up front anyway. Okay, we hear you on that.
I mean,
We brought you there to catch.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, here's my thing. At the end of the day, with this Bears team right now, where they're at, I am looking for them to go out there and show competency offensively, and you can't do that if the guys that you have out there at number 1 are hurt. You definitely can't do that if you're running Doug Kramer out there. You definitely can't do that if you're running Karan Amagaji out there, which is maybe a little bit of a different concern, but that's a different concern all in itself. But I think you're in a good position to have some consistency offensively and finally start to get a rhythm offensively, and that does excite me.
Are you excited? Are you tingly?
I'm a little tingly. Nah, not really tingly.
Oh, okay.
More like when your hand falls asleep. It's like tingly. It's like tingly, but you don't like it. You're like, I don't want it.
Wake up!
I don't want it.
I hate that feeling. It's like the what is it? The TV, the
static on the TV.
Static
It's not tingly. I'm staticky.
Staticky.
I'm staticky. That's what I am. I'm not tingly. I'm staticky.
I wish we had more time. So I wish I had more time today, so we could at least come with a graphic of who's actually starting. So it's Braxton Jones, left tackle. It's Tevin Jenkins, left guard.
Yeah,
center is.
I would assume you're keeping it the same. That's what Matt Eberflus said today. He said the expectation is that you're going to have the same. Matt Pryor is going to be a right guard.
Right guard for Matt
right tackle going to be Darnell. Right center is going to be Coleman Shelton.
Oh.
Left tackle is going to be Braxton Jones. Left guard is going to be Tevin Jenkins.
I was kind of hoping to see some Karan in the game. Maybe we'll see him in some type of as they rotate out.
Man, I'm getting worried about the whole Karan situation. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. It's. I mean, you're basically when a coach keeps saying, "Well, he didn't have an off-season program, he didn't have this, he d't have that, he didn't have this," so you got to make sure he's ready to go. It's like, did you draft a dude that you didn't think could play in the NFL? You know what I mean? Like, that's really the question I'm asking. Like, I've never seen more excuses to not play a football player for a football player to not play football.
Maybe the idea was to redshirt him because he did come in with a quad injury. And so, like, next year, I do think that Ryan Poles does have a master plan of overhauling this line next year. I think that he's waiting to see what Tevin Jenkins does if I'm going to pay this guy probably up somewhere in the $20 million a year range. If he's worth it, he told him, get to 13, 14 games, you can get paid.
Yeah.
I think that everybody else, I mean, I don't know if Braxton Jones is really going to be the guy where it's like, you are my left tackle of the future. I don't know about that.
No, I think that's supposed to be Karan Amagaji.
Right.
The concern about that is, though, you keep going, I don't know if we can put this guy out there.
But it might be a red shirt situation because, again,
you ain't got enough bodies out there for a red shirt situation.
Well, to a degree, but I think that was a thought. If Coleman Shelton, if what's the guard? Ryan Bates. You know, you got Pryor, like you're starting Pryor. So, you know what I mean? Like you're at a point where you do have some bodies in there, but they might say we're waiting for this guy to develop for where he needs to be. Maybe. Yeah. I think they are going to, and I do think that they thought that Caleb was further along. So if he gets the ball out quicker with this line that's in place, and I'm gonna build this line up how I want to.
I mean, listen, it's hard to get the ball out quicker than what he got it out last week.
No, but he is getting it out. But
with the pocket, 2.3 seconds, like that's hard to get the ball out.
That's
much
all we
quicker
wanted. I mean, he has had bad throws though.
He has had bad throws, but I think that the bad throws are coming. Well, the 2.3 seconds is with a clean pocket.
Right.
And where he was most efficient. I think he ended up being, was it 29 for 30, 38 or something like that? Something like that. Crazy numbers. Yeah. But it's just, to me, it's one of those things that you have to just deal with for the rest of this season of you got to play the offensive line that you got. And if they're not ready to go, now it's on you. to figure out, okay, they're not ready, they're not prepared, they're not talented enough, whatever it is. Now it's on you to figure out, okay, how do I navigate around that?
Mm-hmm.
How do I make sure that my young quarterback is going to be in a good situation? And to me, that comes with some 12 personnel. Hopefully we'll see some of that this season, because I think you're adding back in another, like I said, another major piece that I think helps the Chicago Bears moving forward offensively. And we got to talk about that going forward as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in, showing love. You haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We will be taking a quick break here for a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back right after this. In Bears Nation, it's your boy Pat, the designer from the Windy City Breeze, where we keep it 100 about everything Chicago Bears. Now, if you're like me, you don't just watch the game, you live it, and that's why you need to check out BetDSI. BetDSI is where it's at if you want to put your money where your mouth is. They've been doing it for over 20 years, giving you the best odds, lightning fast payouts, and a platform that's as solid as the best O-line. Whether you're betting on the Bears to take it all the way or making clutch live bets during the game, BetDSI has you covered. And here is the kicker. Just because you're rolling with the Windy City Breeze, BetDSI is hooking you up. Sign up today with the promo code WCB, and they'll give you 120% bonus on your first deposit up to $1,000. That's free money, folks, to make sure that you're winning as you back our boys in the blue and orange. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Head over to betdsi.eu, use the code WCB, and start turning your Bears passion into serious cash. BetDSI, where real Bears fans get it done. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back into the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Super producer Joe Hope, Pat the designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We talked about the offensive line and the struggles that they had, and now them being fully healthy. We also got another somebody we haven't seen be a full go at practice in a little while here. Keenan Allen, a full go today in practice. Bears getting all the good offensive news today as he's still questionable for this game, but the conversation around Keenan Allen seems to be that he is going to be out there with him being a full go. Of course, I think the questionable is depending on after a full go at practice, even though, right, a walkthrough situation like that. After a full go at practice, though, how does the foot feel? How does that heel feel before the game actually starts here in Chicago? But hearing that Keenan Allen is going to return back to the field is, I mean, listen, with how the Bears probably need to run things, and I asked Tommy Waddle this today, how do you feel what do you feel the Bears do best at? And he said when they were in max protect and they were getting those deep shots over to Rome, I thought they opened up some really nice routes for themselves. And I think that's another scenario that you could run this week, not only just with Rome, but with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, being able to get DJ Moore more involved, being able to get DJ Moore more involved vertically, because the one thing that they don't get him involved enough with is just the middle of the field. Like like you kept saying last week, why are we throwing to DeAndre Carter? Like DeAndre Carter's getting all the middle of the field shots. I need DJ Moore to be that guy. I need some slants for DJ Moore. I understand, you want him to run the 9, but like, I just think that there's so much you can do if you just put the ball in his hands on those middle of the field routes. And I mean, listen, versus a team like the Rams, who are going to be in cover 3 a ton, who are going to try and cover this field and get pressure with that front. I think that there's an opportunity for you to attack the middle of this field as well, and getting Keenan Allen back just makes things better in that situation. I think it improves you on the third down as well and allows you to get everybody else involved in this offense.
Mm-hmm. To me, I think that's what I'm saying about this game in general. Like this game, we need to see something of what's the whole point of Shane Waldron being here? If we're not getting the ball to our receivers, but again, I get it. If the offensive line can't block, you can't set up the plays for them to develop to get it. And then I also, receivers separating and getting, some separation. Like Rome started to, some of those 2 of those darts that he threw. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
For him to be able to, get open and separate to get a couple passes was great. We need to see DJ get the ball more. I want to see. I mean, technically, what's funny is we're watching the game, and that's how deceiving sometimes these stats are, right? Because DJ had like 7 receptions or 8 receptions for like 77 yards. It's like that actually wasn't bad. If he got a touchdown,
he had a good day.
Yeah, but the issue is we want to see a little bit more excitement. We want to see a little bit more pizzazz.
Oh, we want to see touchdowns.
We definitely want to see touchdowns.
We want to see touchdowns.
So, but you can get the grinding yards or things like that. But yeah, you do want to see some payout with some touchdowns. To get Keenan as a safety valve, if that's what's supposed to happen with Caleb, would be amazing, because now we can finally see all of our receiving core out there. This will be the first time all 3 of them, technically would play. Now you're saying that Rome's got a hip issue, and
Rome did come up limited again. Well, no, Rome was a full go today, right? Let me double check here. Rome Odunze, it was a full go today, so he was fine.
I think the idea is that being able to just see some type of like continuity. Again, this was the whole thing is having Keenan Allen full go of practice is very encouraging. And for fantasy purposes.
For fantasy purposes, because
my team is trash right now. I'm 0-3. I got Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen. I lost Njoku, all these guys.
So funny, bro. This is one of those seasons. You know how like the NFL goes through like the waves of like the offense has it all, the defense has it all. Yeah. Early on in this season, dog, pressure from up the middle is up completely.
Yeah.
Quarterback pressures are up. Like the pass completions are down.
Yeah.
What else was the other stat? Scoring is down early on in the season.
Yeah.
Defenses are winning the day again. And it's kind of, I like this portion of it. I don't like when you go the direction where it's like, remember that season, was it 2-3 years ago when like the Chiefs were just in full roll, but like everybody offensively was cooking?
Yeah.
Like I don't like when I'm watching all these games end, 45 to 38. I'm like, there's an entire side of the field that's just getting cooked on a daily basis. And I'm glad that the defense is catching back up. It doesn't make it. It takes football from going to a chess match to arena football.
Yeah. Well, we do have a really good defense. And the idea is that save the defense. Save the defense.
Save the defense.
Let the offense just sustain a few drives, please. Like just a couple third down conversions. if it took you that long to figure out that Roshan should be your bell cow, and then you can, where's my GM hat? Like that was my point. Like you can use Swift. Swift has value. He's a receiving running back. Give us some bailouts. It's another receiving weapon to go with, along with Keenan Allen, with DJ Moore, with Rome, and Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Even with Gerald Everett. Stop using Gerald Everett as a pass blocking tight end. No. So it's another guy to add to the mix and give, if we're able to convert on them third downs, we got a quarterback that can make some of them throws.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see this.
No, yeah. I mean, listen, and I think a lot of that stuff does get cleaned up by Keenan Allen coming back. Yeah, I mean, you talk about the third down conversions. You're probably in a lot more third and short situations if Keenan Allen is healthy and on the field. You're probably in a lot more third and short situations that you're converting into first downs if Keenan Allen is out there healthy and on the field, because we know he's that safety valve on third down that you always can count on.
Yeah,
I think that's the important thing. That you get back with Keenan Allen. I don't need Keenan Allen as much for the 50-50 balls, the deep routes. Let him work his way back in slowly on that stuff. Let him get more comfortable back in on that stuff. But you need somebody to work that middle of the field. For some reason, you refuse to let that guy be DJ Moore. I think Rome Odunze is getting a lot of those deep routes you saw last week. He's down the field. He's running that crossing route with DJ Moore, and he gets the big pass over the middle. I think that could be the Keenan Allen role of, hey, you're just a safety valve right now. You'll be the big touchdown guy. You'll be the guy, if you get the ball, you can turn it into something. But right now, we just need you to stabilize this offense and make this offense feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Keenan Allen can do with coming back.
But I think it does go hand in hand with, getting the it takes a while. And sometimes us Bears fans don't have the patience to understand, like, it's every year you go through this, whether it's the Bears or any team in the NFL, it takes a while to get the offense on track. And so then after that, like, do you really remember? I mean, we remember that Packers game last year, but after that, do we really remember the offense from the other games after that?
Yeah.
We just wanted.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yes, I do. No, I remember. You forgot? Would you like me to remind you of them?
I don't want to remember.
Would you like me to
I
remind
don't
you?
remember. Not going to be here anymore. I mean, I don't.
There was a Chargers game in there. There was a Panthers game.
I mean, now that you made me think about it, yeah. I mean, that was
a Broncos game in there.
That Panthers game was hard to watch.
Yeah, that Panthers game was tough.
That was a hard game to watch.
Tough game. Yeah,
a lot of boo boo.
Yeah, I remember a lot of the offenses from that game early on in the season. Yes, I do.
No, I'm just saying, but regardless
of
Chiefs
us, game, Chiefs was weak too.
No,
was that 52 to 6?
It was a Cheeks game.
52 to 8. What was that?
No, what I'm getting at is that overall the NFL, just the NFL offense does take a while. There's like a lot of ups and downs, and then after a while they start to get their rhythm. Mind you, we never really established a consistency of time in terms of what our identity is as a Bears team. So this year, is this going to be a balanced attack? Solid, a good running game with, a balanced passing attack? Is it more 60-40 run, 60-40 pass and 40% run? Hopefully we can finally figure it out, because we got a quarterback that's not afraid to
41-10 last year.
You don't have to remind me.
I just wanted to
I knew that, but we knew that was trash. We knew they didn't. We knew
10 is crazy.
We knew they were going to beat the Chiefs last year.
10 is crazy, though. 10 is nuts. Fight back a little bit, dog.
I like Silver Hearts. His big thing is Caleb is growing, and that is fine. You have to put on screen. If Caleb keeps current trajectory, be prepared for a 720-yard game.
Hey, listen, he's doubling up all his numbers. No, I thought this was interesting though, right? With kind of to that point, but I know he's joking about the 720, but like the kind of to that point though is Brad Biggs talked about Brad Biggs talked about the job that Shane Waldron has and what we have to evaluate him on. Of course, he has to call the offense, and that has been an absolute struggle. That has been a crap fest, right?
Yeah.
But job number one is developing Caleb Williams.
Right.
Job number one is getting Caleb Williams to the point where he looks like a competent quarterback in this league. As we've gone through the first 3 weeks of the season, we're slowly getting there.
Right.
And I think that is part of why, like, you're not, while everyone's like, fire Shane Waldron, get Shane out of here, blah, blah, blah. I do think that and I'm willing to be a little bit more patient because I am seeing growth out of Caleb Williams. But now what does scare me is the fact that you have a guy who is doing a lot of stuff that he said, or that they said he did in Seattle.
Yeah.
Personnel problems, not running the football in third and short situations. Like, that's why Seattle was like, that's okay. You can have him.
I hate that. Like, especially if I'm like, I'd rather go with Clint Kubiak. I want the Shanahan, like, it's directly from the source.
You know what's tough about that, though? I will say this. I would have rather had Clint Kubiak. But what's tough about that is we look at everything in the lens of what guys are doing on other teams.
Uh-huh.
And on other teams, Clint Kubiak has an offensive line.
They have some.
You know what I mean? Like, there's guys that are in front that look a lot better. There are Who was the other one that everybody was complaining that the Bears didn't go out there and get as an OC? There was somebody else, and
the guy in Washington.
In Washington, and
coordinator.
I can't think of his name. Arthur Smith.
No,
Arthur Smith's the head coach. No, Arthur Smith's the OC.
He's the OC.
That's what I said.
He's the head coach. We looked at
Is Arthur Smith the OC? No, he's the head coach.
Who's the USC guy that coached Caleb?
Oh, that's who it is. Arthur Smith is the head coach. He didn't coach him; he was just there.
Breeze Nation knows,
bro. I can't. Arizona's coach.
Yeah, him. That guy.
You're not helping.
I'm trying.
You're making it worse because I can't think of it.
Somebody who's the first one that's going to tell us. You know who it is. Who is it? I can't think. He's blind or something.
He's not blind.
What's his name?
He's not blind.
Not Trent. Somebody help us. Nobody.
You're making it worse for me because I can't
Who is
think
the
of Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, Drew. There you go. I'm like, yeah, Cliff.
You were making it so much worse for me because you kept talking. I'm like, let me think.
Yeah, him.
Dan Quinn's the head coach. I don't know why I freaking.
Arthur Smith's in Pittsburgh.
Arthur Smith is in Pittsburgh. He's the OC in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn is the head coach over there.
Yeah.
You were making it so much worse. I was like, let me think for a second. Like, oh, what? Hey, somebody give me the answer.
More names. Anyways, Ken, where we at? I would say we can move on to the other topic,
great.
Man.
That was great. What did Alejandro say? He said, Pat, what did he say? Pat for real looked like a guy named Patrick without a hat on and with that Tom Hanks big jacket. Hey, I'm clean out there. I'm clean out there.
I mean, if you're happy, Pat, I'm happy.
I'm doing great things.
All right, you do that, man.
No, that was funny. Hey, man, let's keep this thing moving along. Let's preview this game. What do we expect to happen in this Rams versus Bears game? Rams coming into Chicago, looking to make a real impact here and bounce back after not a bounce back, I guess, but more of a continuance of the bounce back after last week's comeback win.
Or maybe a statement game saying like, okay,
we lost all these pieces, but it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying it's establishing the identity of the Bears offense. Like, okay, the quarterback is here. We're starting to get things rolling. Because this is still a formidable team. Like, yeah, I'm not going to sleep on the Rams. I think the Bears are in almost every game. It's just them shooting themselves in the foot or blundering, like just their game plan and like what they're executing or the failure to execute. It's like you guys have shot yourselves more in the foot than anything. And we have a defense that's keeping you in practically every game. So I'm just like, I can't say that they, even against the Texans, I think if they actually sustained some drives, they could have won the game. They had it.
They had it. Here's my thing, though. I think that this is, when I look at this game, the thing that stands out to me most is the opportunities that are there. Can you finally take advantage of them? Because you don't need to do too much. Eliminate the turnovers and hit the open guys over the middle. That Caleb Williams can do that. The one thing that I do have a little bit more confidence in with him coming into week 4 is it feels like Caleb Williams finally got to the point where he's like, oh, okay, I kind of understand how to navigate how bad this offensive line is. Mm-hmm. I kind of understand how to navigate my guys falling over and how to still get the ball out quickly. You started to see that develop in the second half of that game. He started to look a little bit more comfortable. The offensive line did not get better. Don't take my word for it. Go look at the tape. I saw Coleman Shelton get thrown into another human being to tackle him. Coleman Shelton is y'all keep saying 360. What's he supposed to be? 300 pounds?
6'4", 300.
I ain't buying it.
That's a big.
I ain't buying it, bro. I'm calling 6'4". I give him 280. I give him 280, bro.
I mean, that's technically still a large human, but
that's a power forward in the 80s.
That's a big 280. That's a center
in the 80s. No, it was Karl Malone. Karl Malone was 280.
No, he was not.
How heavy was Karl Malone?
Like 265, 270. He was close.
Oh, my bad. 10 pounds off. Oh,
85 is like.
Take a shot, everybody.
No, you brought him up. No, I don't take a shot. You bring him up.
I said everybody. I didn't say I didn't bring him up. Just saying.
Fine. All right.
But no, like I think that to me, when I look at the opportunities that are there, seeing Caleb Williams continue to grow, the fact that I do think that you'll have Roschon Johnson. I do have the Bears getting a win in this game, but I think that what it comes down to is execution, communication. What is it?
6'9", 250.
I ain't buying it.
I'm telling you, basketball players are leaner. Yeah. Like 280 as a center. No, that's still huge.
Shaq is 280.
Shaq was like
Shaq
300.
was 300.
Shaq was 300.
Well, Orlando Shaq was 280.
He was like, looking him up.
He had to be 280 eventually, Joel.
He was 320 when he came in the league. He probably was. That was his skinny.
Yeah, he probably was 280.
7'1", 7'2", whatever. I don't know. It's still a large human. Sometimes it's just he may not have the skill, or again, I think the nuances of offensive line is like what everybody's job is to do, and then when you're all in sync, everyone has to do. Because the minute that there's a breach between whatever position it is, everybody looks bad. If you're overcompensating because, oh crap, the left guard or the right guard messed up, and now I got to overextend and do this or whatever, it all looks bad. It doesn't matter if one fails, all fail.
Yes, I agree with that. But I think that the thing you have to realize is you're going to have somebody that's going to fail.
I mean,
you have to call plays. You have to call things that are going to allow that to work even in those situations. And so with running 12 personnel, right, 2 tight ends, 1 running back, to me, the thing that gives you an advantage in that situation is you just win the numbers game.
Yeah, but
at a minimum, you're winning the numbers game.
Of course, you got to win most of the time. But think about that one play that you had posted. By all means,
with Matt Pryor.
Everybody did their job.
Hit somebody.
Everybody did their job with Pryor on that one play.
Yeah.
And that one that's a microcosm of like, it wasn't on Braxton. It wasn't on Tevin.
It wasn't on Shelton. They had a good block.
It wasn't on Shelton.
Coleman Shelton.
There was a lane. And so if Pryor just goes up and just engages the one linebacker, that makes it, instead of a 3-yard play, it's an 8-yard or a 10-yard play.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with this offensive line regardless. If one guy fails, technically they all do. Now, that's where the superstar quarterback stuff comes in, right? He's able to get out, or there's where the safety valve stuff happens. I have a contingency plan. If you don't do your job, guess what? I want to see Swift, Chip run out, and he's ready to catch the ball because I got a safety valve for Caleb. Or if Caleb wants to run out, right, to the right or something, he's able to get the ball out, side slinging at that bad boy, something.
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to stop. You know that you have your deficiencies talent-wise.
Yeah.
Right? There's no question about it. You have bad talent on the offensive line, and it's causing issues. But what you have to stop is the player execution issues. And your hope is that by week 4, you can get some of that cleaned up. I also have to stop the communication issues. I mean, the amount of guys who Caleb thinks he's running a comeback, DJ thinks he's running a 9, the football comes out, Caleb throws a beautiful ball, but there's no wide receiver there because the wide receiver is still going down the field.
Yeah.
Right? Like those things have to stop. And that does take time to get on the same page. But you have to get to a point where the player execution is not the reason, so that we can just go, yeah, it's either a bad play call or it's just bad talent up front that you have to deal with. But you're in too many moments where like you brought up that play. Perfect block. DeAndre Swift could have had a big gain on that one. He's through the offensive line.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end up happening because Matt Pryor doesn't do his job there. Another play, DJ Moore does a great job setting the edge, outside zone run. All DeAndre Swift has to do is see where he needs to bounce. It's a press bounce. See that he needs to bounce it outside and get upfield.
Yeah.
That's all he's got to do. He cuts up way too early because he's dealing with some struggling vision early on this season. He hits the wrong hole. He gets tackled immediately. So it's not always the play call, but I say all that to say you have to eliminate those moments where the player execution is the reason that outside of the offensive line, I would like to see that player execution be better, but I just don't expect it to. But between Caleb, between his receivers, between Cole Kmet, with anything that's coming in, and also with Shane Waldron calling the right personnel, having the right personnel on the field. If you eliminate those things, you can overcome a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my 3 keys really have never changed. Can we establish a running game to protect the quarterback? Can the offensive line do their thing? And can Shane Waldron call a good game? I'm looking at the Rams like personnel and their team, and like so, I mean, the Rams aren't nothing to sleep at. Like Kyron Williams is a dog. They lost Cooper Kupp, and the receiving core is going to take a hit. And I think, for
Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua. I mean, it really is just Kyron Williams.
For fantasy purposes. I did pick up the tight end, just in case.
Nothing wrong with that for fantasy purposes.
But on the defense, Braden Fisk, that was their 3rd or 4th round pick.
Yeah.
And my guy,
Jared Verse.
We're going to see some Jared Verse.
You got some good edges there.
I swear to God, if I see Jared Verse get like 2 sacks on this game, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Jared Verse is going up against Braxton Jones. He's probably going to get at least 2 sacks.
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear.
Hey, I don't know if it has anything to do with Jared Verse either. It might just be Braxton Jones.
No. Jared Verse
might have absolutely nothing to do with Jared Verse.
Oh my God.
What I will say to that though is this: the one thing that you hope that you can establish is that run. The middle of that line is where you can kind of attack, especially up against an odd man front. I think that this will be a little bit better for Roschon Johnson running the ball forward. You're not. For the love of God, don't try to outside zone with Roschon here. You know what I mean? Like let's be smart about this. I found a better way to say it too. Tom Waddle put me on with a better way to say it. He said instead of saying kiss, he said John Madden used to say this: do simple better. That's a better way to say it than kiss, because then Muzz get all butthurt. You calling me stupid? No, I'm not calling you stupid. It's an acronym, stupid. But
by the way, we have 300 in the chat.
Oh, 300.
Baki's silly. He's like, against our line. He said, Joel, everyone's all pro against our offensive line. I mean, I'm just saying. And Drew thinks probably 3 sacks. I'm just saying. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see 4 sacks. You know what I'm saying? 3. What is going on, my goddamn switcher, man? I don't want to see it. We better do something, man. So exposing a smart coordinator is going to expose the weaknesses of the other team. Are we going to attack the other weaknesses? Take a shot. Don't do what Lovie Smith did back in the day against the Vikings. They had the 2 big jumbos. It was the Williams. I think it was the Williams brothers.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're going to run up the middle. It's like, and we got clobbered. It's like, can we just be smart enough to attack the weaknesses? I don't know if we're really scared of the Rams defense. They say they're playing in like a base 3-4. So you got your big boys as defensive ends. So basically it's the linebackers. It's Byron Young, Troy Reader, and Christian Roseboom, and Verse. Are they going to kill us?
I mean, with this offensive line probably going to do some damage.
But what's interesting is, again, we're playing against another 3-4 team.
Yes.
This is a third. The Titans is 3-4. Texans is 3-4, right?
Texans is 4-3.
No, they were 3-4.
No, because they got Will Levis. They got
they played. Oh no, they did do the base 4-3.
Texas is 4-3.
They played a 3-4 with the Titans for sure,
and then the Colts is 3-4.
I think the Colts. So it's at least 3-4 defenses. So I don't know.
But no, the Colts are 3-4. The Colts are running. The Colts are 3-4.
No, they're 4-3 because they have the nose tackle. Because old boy.
Oh yeah, Colts are 4-3.
They're 4-3. I thought we played 2-3. I thought the Texans.
Actually, this might be our first look at 3-4. This is our first look.
No, the Titans was because old boy, the big boy, the
Tavondre Sweat.
Tavondre, that was a 3-4 defense.
But he's a defensive
tackle. That's a nose tackle. He was a big boy. He's 6'6".
Yeah, but they got a 4-man front. No, they 4-3. This is our first team that we running as 3-4.
Let's look it up. Look it up.
They got a 4-man front.
Well, I guess that just debunks my whole.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that from. That point. Get that point out of here. I'm sick of that stuff.
Is that a bad take?
That was a bad take.
I guess that's a bad take.
I had to go through my head. I was like, I think they all 4-3 though.
Well, I'm gonna give myself the credits and I'll come back and look it up.
You go find the credits.
Give
them a second. We're gonna make this awkward here.
There we go. And got it. There we go. Let me look.
I kind of got the credits by default of being there too. That's kind of tough.
Well, you know.
What's your prediction for this Sunday?
Oh, wait a minute, Pat.
Oh, whoa, wait
a minute. I forgot. I got
what we got going on there?
I got picks.
Oh, okay.
We got a new segment here.
Oh, what are we?
Well, actually, this? A new graphics set.
I was gonna say I don't know. We got a new segment here.
Wait, did I bounce it?
Oh boy.
Keep going. Keep talking. I think that
all right, my prediction for this game is that the Chicago Bears do come out of it with a win. I think it's not going to be a perfect game, but I do think that it's a game where the Chicago Bears make an offensive impact in it. I think that this is one where we see Caleb Williams get more comfortable behind the struggles. Yeah, they got Sweat and Simmons. That's what I thought.
Sweat and Simmons are defense. So they're playing the 4-3.
Yeah, they're playing 4-3.
So this is only 3-4 we played.
This is the only 3-4 we've played.
I could have. Well, all right. Hey, I can admit when I'm wrong. It's all right.
It's a good job.
But
I
can't do everything. I can't. I mean, technically I do, but it is what it is.
Oh, this son of a...
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I think that this is a game for the Chicago Bears where they come out of it finally establishing the run. And by establishing the run, I mean...
Please. Just do it.
I'm just talking about Roschon Johnson getting 15 carries. Give me 80 yards. Give me another 30 yards in receiving. Mm-hmm. And you establish the run. You establish your running back. You start to be able to move this football down the field. This Rams defense allows 177 rushing yards on the season. Let's find a way to go get some. Some runs against this team. I think at the same time, it's not going to be a cakewalk. I think you are going to have to get Caleb Williams involved off of that play action. I think he's going to have to use his legs a little bit as well in this game to add to that run game. Yeah. But I do have the Bears winning this. Give me a 23-17 win. Chicago Bears over the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going with a 24-21. Like, I agree that it's not – they're in every game. It's just, will they actually not fumble it and mess it up? Because Stafford can still kill you. Even though what's scary is who's going to be – that scheme is still a dangerous scheme. Like, the whole point last year was that Cooper Kupp was a receiving monster, right? And then he gets hurt, and then they just plug in a Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
The scary thing is this all doesn't mean nothing, and then the next Puka is in as a receiver, and the Bears aren't prepared for it. That's what I would hate, So,
well, listen, I mean, if you're underestimating anybody in this league, you can get beat. So I think that you can't underestimate any of the receivers that the Bears do have, or that the Rams do have out there.
Yeah.
But I think that, listen, at a certain point, talent does matter. And the one thing that the Bears have on the other side is talent.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, when you look at defensively, if we're being real, without the offense and special teams just giving the ball back basically to the Colts, Jonathan Taylor really didn't dictate policy in that game.
No,
the only time he dictated policy was when the defense was like, all right, we back out there. We got to get a stop. We got to figure this out.
Well,
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's really the only time you saw Jonathan Taylor really start to kill that defense is in that second half. And so I kind of feel the same way about a Kyren Williams. I kind of feel the same way about what is that the picks?
There it is.
No. Are they doing something?
Yeah.
They behind the banner. I can't see nothing.
Let me move it in ahead. Sorry. Keep going.
I don't see Kyren Williams dictating policy in this game. I think that he's been really good, but I do think that Chicago Bears will still be able to stop the run, especially with Andrew Billings out there and healthy to go, a full go. I think that he'll be able to also impact this run game. I was a little bit nervous about the run game because I didn't know if Big Bill was going to play, but I think the Bears are in a really good spot defensively matching up with this team. And dare I say, listen, the one thing that I can say about Flus, he is a good DC. So I do think that he'll have this defense ready to go versus Sean McVay.
Yeah, I that's the thing. They are set up. It's just, can they get out of their own way? So again, we have another situation of, I mean, Caleb has gotten better every game. Will he? I don't necessarily need him to throw. I don't want to throw him 50-something times.
Yeah, I would love the number for me is 30.
Yeah,
30 to 30. No, 30. 25 to 30 passes is where I want Caleb at.
Yeah, yes. And you don't,
because there's no balance on your team right now.
Correct. We got to establish that. And so with Roschon, can we do a tandem with Swift? I'm excited to see this. We're going to have some good weather on Sunday. We'll see what happens. But I'm picking them to win. I mean, they're in every game. They were supposed to beat the Titans and look a lot better than what they did. But again, as long as our defense is still playing at a high level, we're in every game.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. I agree with you. Let us know your predictions in the comments below. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Nation, what are you guys
showing
thinking?
love. Let us know who you think is going to go out there and be able to get the win in the Chicago Bears Sunday matchup. Now let's get into the Friday free-for-all. We'll do it live. We're doing it live. Let's do it live. Hi, I'm Tom Kecker, and Friday Free for All, the segment where we get to talk about whatever we want to talk about. First things first, got to start this off with a RIP. We lost Maggie Smith today, an actress who is, you know who Maggie. That's exactly why I did this. I'm not gonna lie to you because you know exactly who Maggie Smith is. She's a British actress who has been in a bunch of stuff, been in a bunch of. I just love you. Which you would know her from Sister Act, The Nun and Sister Act.
I didn't watch Sister Act.
What?
No, I didn't watch Sister Act. I mean, hey, that's what you like, Pat.
I was just throwing RIP. Can we get a
moment of silence?
She was in Downtown Abbey a long time.
Didn't
all
watch
of that. I'm sure you didn't. You uncultured swine. And of course, most people will know her from the Harry Potter movies. Rest in peace to Maggie Smith. Moment of silence, real quick. Thank you very much. You've never seen her in any movie.
She's been in something. I don't know. She doesn't. Was she in she reminds me of like she was in what's them thing?
Joel only know black actors. That's what that.
That's not. No, that's not true at all.
Who's Sean Connery?
Don't even go there. No, what's the Johnny Depp, Alan Hughes brothers? They did geez. I've seen her in something, but it's not coming to me right now.
I mean, she's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
like a lot of movies.
Something's gonna stick out that she's been in. I've watched, but no, I don't think none of that. Nope. Othello. No, I don't remember that.
Clash of the Titans.
Boom. Back in the day.
Back in the 80s. She was in the 80s.
Clash of the Titans was my stuff back then. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. How old was she?
She was 89 years old. That's a good run. 89 years old, good run.
Drew, I am a movie guy. Do not get me started.
I don't know if Joe's a movie guy.
Definitely a movie guy.
Drew, I don't know if Joe's a movie guy.
Just when I thought I was out, they bring me back in.
It sounds more like a movie you already knew. But no, that was my.
That doesn't make any sense.
That was my RIP. Just saw that right before we ended up doing the show, so I wanted to give her moment there, and then had a little debate. Before the
show. I wish I had more time. I would have put some graphics together for that.
That would have been great to have graphics for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we're having a debate on we got this is an old debate.
It is old.
From when we were in the old studio?
Probably, yeah.
And we were debating on is Thriller the perfect album. And I said Thriller's the only album I know that every single track you can play. And Joe was like, I don't know. I can skip Baby Be Mine. I don't really need that.
I could.
And what was the other one? You said The Girl Is Mine is cool.
It's all right.
I
know. It is a perfect album because all of them you can listen to. There's certain songs where it's like, I don't even want to hear.
Perfect album is straight bangers, though.
No, that's not.
Perfect album is straight bangers. Banger. I'm bumping Baby Be Mine. I'm bumping
Baby Be Mine a banger? It's
Baby
a good
Be Mine is kind of a banger, bro.
It's not. Pull the list back up. Matter of fact, we could run through it. Wanna Be Starting Something, banger. Thriller, banger. What's the other one? Human Nature.
Human Nature is a banger.
Wanna Be Starting? Did I say that one? Billie Jean.
Billie Jean is a banger.
I mean, duh. What's the other ones?
Trying to pull up the track list here.
Here we go. Wanna Be
Starting Something.
Banger.
Baby Be Mine is 2.
Okay.
I'm banging that. Girl Is Mine is a banger.
Okay.
You tweaking.
2.
Thriller.
Yes.
Beat It.
Yes.
Billie Jean.
Yes.
Human Nature.
Yes.
PYT.
Yes.
Lady in My Life.
Yes. It is technically a perfect album. 2 songs are cool. The rest of them are all whatever. I'm not blaspheming.
I got straight bangers on this.
Okay, y'all tell me that, man, y'all hear that Thriller joint? Man, that Baby Be Mine.
Well, I wasn't born, Joe.
Nobody.
So, I wasn't born. So
nobody's talking about Baby Be Mine. And the only reason why The Girl Is Mine is hot because Paul McCartney was on it, and that was the first song that they actually led with, and they had a video for because they were trying to push that song. It's a good song. It wasn't a terrible song. They led with The Girl Is Mine.
The Girl Is Mine don't have a video.
You don't?
No.
You don't?
I don't think so. I think you're thinking of Say.
I think The Girl Is Mine is.
Does The Girl Is Mine?
They're on a,
if The Girl Is Mine has a.
They're on a farm.
That's Say.
No, it's Michael. Girl, mine. The Girl Is Mine.
If The Girl Is Mine got a music video, I've never seen it.
There it is.
You're not wrong.
I know.
I've never seen this music video. Is there a girl even in the video?
I don't know, but that was the video. Yeah, and say that was say that was with McCartney. I thought that was on McCartney's album.
Don't leave
me.
No, I'm just saying, dog. Like
it is a perfect album.
But see, you can't say it's a perfect album and say two of the songs are just all right. That's not a perfect album.
They're good songs.
That's not a perfect album.
If you have amazing, and good, not bad, not just total throwaways, it's still a perfect album. Compare Off the Wall to that album.
Off the Wall was fire too.
Off the Wall is fire, but I would say the Thriller from top to bottom. Now, Off the Wall is great too.
Thriller is his best album ever, probably. But if we being real, like Thriller is probably the best album he's ever put out. But Off the Wall, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, Working Day and hey, listen, this my Mike was different, dog. He was different.
Out of my life,
Working Day and Night, Get on the Floor was a banger. Actually, Off the Wall.
This might be more
Girlfriend. She's out of my life. She's out of my life. Had Muggs in an emotional state.
My son heard that song and was like, "What happened to the girl?
That mother was going through it.
Did she hurt Mike? Like that was such a believable song. I can't help it. It's the Fall in Love. It's the Fall in Love.
It's the Fall in Love. Good song. That's a good song.
Burn This Disco Out is okay.
It's a good song. Those are both just good songs.
So I mean,
that's not a perfect album.
That's practically perfect.
I wouldn't call that a perfect album though.
Then there's no such thing as a perfect album.
Thriller is. I think Thriller is.
Hey, Bears Junkie Toy, DMX.
It's dark and hell is hot. Yeah,
that's a pretty good album. That's a perfect album. When you say I'm on the pretty sick, the 26 and 16, you looking for me? Here I am. Now you coming with me. Boom. One of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, X was different, dog. X was different. I ain't gonna lie. That's a great that's a great one right there.
Get at me, dog. Oh man,
dog! This man, Michael had Muzz going through a range of emotions.
The Bears 85. The perfect. It flows from beginning to end without making you want to skip a track. That is technically a perfect album. I don't have to skip that song. I can listen to it. It is a perfect album. I just said the issue was, dare I say that wasn't a banger? It's not. It's a good song.
Hey, Baby Be Mine, get you moving.
If that gets you moving, cool. It's a good song.
Dog.
And what's funny is, to me, actually, when you come back, because there've been a lot of remixes of that song, you actually appreciate it more. But at the time, no, it was all because, see, you got to remember, it didn't matter. Especially at that time, it was more about the videos on MTV. You saw the heavy rotation of Wanna Be Sorry and Be Something
with all of them.
Yeah,
he cracked it off with Thriller and all of them.
He was already meteoric. It didn't matter. You're not going to not. Thriller's one of the greatest selling albums of all time, based off of really 7 tracks.
Yeah.
So no, perfect album. Bob Marley and the Wailers Legend album.
Whew. No Ceilings, Lil Wayne was great. I don't know if it's perfect though. I can skip some of them. I can skip. That's more of a mixtape though.
Pink Floyd Off the Wall.
Carter 3 is in there.
Now, Dwan Threats, Illmatic. Technically,
I got some skips on Illmatic.
We went back and revisited the Illmatic album because with the Jay-Z thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, Jay-Z.
Illmatic was nice. Illmatic was crazy.
Illmatic
went kind of crazy.
I mean, practically all the way through.
Yeah.
Tupac, I don't know about Tupac. I can't say Sammy Martin. Is that a screenshot behind you? We're live in person today. We live on location. This is my backdrop. I can touch it. See, it doesn't fade away. This is me. No, I think perfect album. I wish you made me. I would have thought to bring up more albums.
We should have. That's what we should do next week. Is just like try and figure out like what do we think are perfect albums?
I mean, Stevie Wonder
I ain't gonna lie to you. And this is a
Stevie got a perfect album.
Does Stevie have a perfect album?
I think it's an Intervision.
Does Stevie have a perfect album? Stevie might have a perfect album.
Stevie might have from Stevie Wonder might have a perfect album.
Now, I don't know if Muggs count this as a album, but in my opinion, I can listen to Chance the Rapper Acid Rap 1 through 14. I know every single song on that album, back to forward and back. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is that's a perfect album.
That could be a perfect
album.
Good shout out to Destiny. Yeah.
How much credit do we give her for writing none of those songs? She sang a heck of an album now.
It's so
but
bad.
That's more of you putting other people's songs together,
bro,
to sing all of them.
Bro, she can't even sing the songs live as they are
because
of that bad deal.
Because
she can't. She does melody or versions or interpolations of her own songs. You can't do X Factor or any of the songs that she sang as she sang them. That's how bad that is.
But that's not the deal. That's also, some of those are the deal. Some of those are, people just don't like her.
No,
some of those are literally like, people were like, I would have given you the rights to sing that song if you just wasn't such a D-bag when we tried to do some business with you. Yeah, I mean,
Inner Visions was almost perfect. Too High, Visions, Living for the City, Golden Lady,
I love Living for the City.
Higher Ground.
Yeah.
Now, Jesus, Children of America.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm cool on that.
All in Love is Fair. All in Love is Fair.
I'm cool on that.
Don't You Worry About a Thing.
That's back in. We back in.
And then he's Mr. Know-It-All. That was almost a perfect album. I'm trying. There's another one in here. It's either Songs in the Key of Life, and that's a double album, by the way. Music of My Mind.
We getting Life Jennings. We getting Life Jennings in here.
I don't know about Life.
Life Jennings has some good stuff. Is Purple Rain?
Close.
Purple Rain is
Darling Nikki. Wait. Computer Blue.
Yeah.
Beautiful Ones.
Yeah.
Dang, what's the other one? There's a few of them in there. Let's
Go Crazy. Let's go crazy. I Would Die for You.
Hey, we get perfect. Please, I would die for you. Oh,
we get. I'm here.
No, yeah.
When Doves Cry got me back in. When Doves Cry.
That's a perfect album. But that's the point.
That might be a perfect album, bro. That might be a perfect album.
Dwan Threats, Hot in July. Yeah, he's got a number of them. Ooh, Life After Death Biggie was another one too. Even on a double CD, almost perfect. Almost I don't know, man. It's a few in there, man.
No, it's bro. Purple Rain might be a perfect album, bro.
Purple Rain
might be the one that we can agree on is a perfect album, bro.
Let's see.
Dang, that's tough. Prince really did one.
He might.
Prince really did
just off the top.
Prince won just because we agreed that was a perfect album.
Let me see. I'm trying to pull them up.
Who are these young mugs that's reviewing this album? Talking about this mug getting a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, that's the movie.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, when they start reviewing music on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Now that you got my juices flowing.
I got Purple Rain at the crib too. Yeah. I got Purple Rain at the crib. That's on record.
I got all that. I got 3 Purple Rain records. Jokers was giving me stuff all the time. But yeah, man, that's a good conversation, man. I love talking music too.
I love it.
Let's Go Crazy. Take Me With You. Beautiful Ones. Computer Blue. Darling Nikki. When Doves Cry. I Would Die for You. Baby, I'm a Star. That is a perfect album.
Hey,
Baby, I'm a Star.
Hey.
Ooh,
listen.
Into the 36 chambers. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing.
Can I throw not underrated? It was one of the greatest albums of the 2000s. Can I give you a Word of Mouth? Enter in the chat by Ludacris.
Ludacris?
Can I give you word of mouth? Dog. Word of Mouth has some hits, dog.
I don't know.
Coming to America, Go to Sleep, Area Codes. Get them back. Cold Outside.
Reasonable Doubt.
Word of Mouth. Roll Out. Growing Pains.
Not necessarily perfect, but close enough. Close enough. I gotta go. I actually would sort my stuff through artists. Like, does Janet have a perfect album?
Janet Jackson definitely don't have a perfect
Control.
album.
No, I think Control's perfect. Control, Nasty. What have you done for me lately? I don't know about You Could Be Mine.
Yeah.
Pleasure Principle. When I Think of You. Let's Wait a While. Funny How Time Flies. Almost perfect.
Yeah, it's close. That's close.
Very
That's close.
Very close. Jill Scott. Just got it perfect. I think
Dwan Threats. I'm telling you, bro, that Luda is underestimated. Oh, we tweaking, bro.
What?
We ain't even talked about Kanye. Kanye
Kanye's
got perfect
college,
albums.
yeah.
Kanye got perfect albums. Kanye might have a couple perfect albums.
I would say albums, but he got one or two. Who is Jill Scott?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a perfect album.
Dude, I can almost listen to every song on Jill Scott's first album.
Graduation is a perfect album. There's no. Oh, you know what?
Yes,
you know what?
The Jacksons on the haven't done nothing. Jackson 5
does Drunken Hot Girls make Graduation not a perfect album? I know a lot of people
I'm gonna say
that don't vibe with that.
Destiny S, I'm with you on Velvet Rope. Oh, that was, man, I miss them days. Pop your CD in,
bro.
Have my Explorer, my detached radio thing,
bro.
Got my remote control. I used to put Genuine. I think Genuine almost got a perfect album because I love Timbaland. Missy Timbaland.
I don't know if that. Which one?
Oh, because I remember those times of like just rocking the albums. Genuine's one of them. I think even his second one, like.
Hey, bro, Kanye might have multiple perfect albums, bro. I'm sitting here looking
Wait
through
a minute,
this.
Don't you hear me, baby?
I'm sitting here looking through this. Kanye might have a couple of perfect albums, bro.
No, he doesn't have Genuine. But 100% Genuine. What's so different? So Anxious. None of your friends. Wait a minute, don't you hear me? Number One Fan was one of my favorites. Two Sides of the Story. He almost Final Warning. Dun, 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 dun. Almost a perfect album right there.
I'm not gonna say 808s and Heartbreak is amazing. It's not a perfect album.
I wouldn't say that's perfect.
That's not a perfect album. I think
somebody said Kodak Black.
Hey, you know what throws me off? You know what throws me off about Kodak Black is there's some songs where Kodak raps like J. Cole, and then there's some songs where Kodak raps like what people think he rap like.
I think Tribe Called Quest almost has a perfect album. Between the Love Movement and the Low End Theory.
I might be in on that.
No, I'm sorry. Not Midnight Marauders. Oh, no, it's almost perfect. Award Tour. The Chase, okay. Clap Your Hands. Electric Relaxation.
Beats.
Lyrics to Go.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
No, not Beats, Rhymes, and Life. That was the one in Atlanta. That was okay. They had like
I loved that album. Keep Moving It. Stressed Out is on there.
That was okay.
I loved that album.
I actually loved the Love Movement, tell you the truth. I thought that was awesome.
Sensitive.
The Love Movement, the Low End Theory, and Midnight Marauders were my favorites.
We could be here all day, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We appreciate y'all still rocking with us, man.
I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know your prediction on the Bears. Let us know your perfect album. Let us know if you got a perfect album that you got. I'm not gonna lie. Kanye got like 2-3 of them, dog. I'm impressed by that. What we got? Confessions by Usher is a perfect album. That's a perfect album, bro.
Album was so huge, but that captivated the nation when that album came out. Well, really, they thought it was a true story, and it was like it's really Jermaine Dupri's life.
I mean, it kind of was a true story.
It was Jermaine Dupri's life. They thought it was an Usher Chili thing.
Confessions Part 2.
Shaq, Starburst,
Caught Up,
Shaq first album,
Superstar.
But why you tripping though? Shaq got some heat.
Hey, Shaq first album was hard.
Shaq got some heat.
Shaq first album. I'm not going to see. Here's the thing.
Can't stop
you gotta quantify a perfect album by also like how much they sold. And I don't think Shaq first album went crazy like that.
I don't think that's fair because it's one thing to get popular and the music industry is pushing an album versus really being a music lover.
Then, that's how we got all of it.
No, but the whole point is that, to your point, right? Or like we said earlier, when you heard Thriller, everybody knows Thriller for practically 4 or 5 songs or 6 songs. You sleep on the other ones because of the energy of what Mike put out. So you almost wanted to hear every song like that. And mind you, of course, I'm a kid. So all I wanted to hear was Want to Be Starting Something, Billie Jean. So if you weren't listening to that now as an adult and coming back and listening to those songs, those are good songs. Yeah. But at the time, at least from my perspective, and our listeners, our viewers here have a range between your generation all the way to guys a little bit older than me. So you're going to get a varying opinion. But if you actually sit back as a music listener, yes, those songs that you're talking about are good songs.
That's what I'm saying. I think you can have perfect albums, but like if you gonna rank them, it also got to do like your best like Thriller is amazing. It's the perfect album to me.
Yes,
not just because it's a perfect album to me, but the world was like, this is the greatest album of all time.
But it's Thriller. It's the video. It's the No one. This the marketing
Yeah, but
behind
back
it.
then,
It's
that's what everything was.
no, but my point is the impact of a couple songs was so great that it did carry the album. There are singles that will carry an album, and the problem is why the music business actually fell apart was that you are making me buy an album for $20,
and
there's one song that I heard on the radio that was a hit, so I'm expecting to hear other bangers, and now that's where the line wires. That's where the your boy comes in. I just want the one song. I'm sharing my music. I'm paying all this music to get this, and you're not giving me nothing because I was tired of doing it. I used to go up to Virgin Record Music Store, or we could Sam Goody, Hedge Wish. We would go to all these places to get these albums, and I'm sitting there paying this money for this trash.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. You did not put the work in to give you quality songs.
You put the work in for the single.
So that's what we got now.
I can see that.
Yeah, J. Rue the Damager. Oh yeah, I rock with J. Rue.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the super producer Joel Holt, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love.
Oh, I'm supposed to put some music on the background.
No, you didn't do that.
We got so engrossed.
That's how it goes. Hey, Usher might have it though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Boom, boom. Usher, did you end it?
Confession Part 2, not yet. Caught Up, Superstar, Simple Things. That's what it's made of. Do it to me.
Usher got dude, he's so underrated. Like, especially like DJing. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I forget. For the ladies, like Usher is he got so many joints. It's crazy. What's the one, little freak? That joint goes hard.